Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Lake Macquarie Mayor Kay Fraser has been re-elected to the role after enjoying a 9% swing to her in Saturday's election. Elsewhere, Newcastle Lord Mayor Nuatali Nelms looks set to stay on the job after polling a similar result as 2017. Labor's Jay Saval is comfortably ahead in Cessnock, as is independent Sue Moore in Singleton. But the situation is not as clear-cut in Port Stephens and Maitland. It's neck and neck between independent Ryan Palmer and Labor's Leah Anderson, while in Maitland, the ALP's Loretta Baker holds a 1.2% lead over independent Philip Penfold. Meanwhile, the absence of how-to-vote cards is being blamed for the high informal vote the weekend. So far, around 14% of ballots in Newcastle's Ward 4 have been ruled informal, double the number in 2017, while almost 18% of votes in Port Stephens West Ward were deemed informal, also around double the number from the previous election. Volunteers were banned from handing out any election material within 100 metres of polling centres due to COVID restrictions. Hunter prisons are locking children under the age of 12 out of prison visits with their parents because they're unvaccinated. New South Wales Corrective Services brought the ban in at the end of November this year, despite children under the age of 12 not being able to receive a COVID vaccine. Acting CEO of Shine for Kids, April Long, believes the decision is overkill.
We believe that this isn't proportionate to the risk. The approach that's being taken is very over the top when you look at the other measures in all other environments. I mean, even in a health perspective, children can go into a maternity ward and visit their newborn siblings that are being born.
The Department of Defence will hold community drop-in sessions at Singleton tomorrow and Williamtown on Wednesday to discuss the results of the latest study into the health effects of PFAS and efforts to clean up military bases. It's now more than 6 years since news of the firefighting foam contamination at Williamtown RAF Base was made public. Nearby residents say they're no further along the path of remediation or property buyouts. New South Wales Environment Minister Matt Keane has slammed the federal government for its lack of progress on cleaning up the contamination. Generous benefactors have helped establish a new base for the Making Waves Foundation in Newcastle. The charitable organisation aims to empower people with a disability and disadvantage through their sailing programs, which previously came once a year. Their new base in Newcastle will mirror their Sydney and Melbourne programs running along the East Coast. Program Manager Martha Gunei says they're looking forward to helping people along the waterways of the Hunter, Lake Macquarie and Port Stephens.
We will be in the Newcastle waterways. We have a strong supporter group from Lake Macquarie Yacht Club who also want to see us there. And Port Stephens is another one of the ports that we visit. And as I said, the South Port Stephens Regatta has asked us to be their charity beneficiary. So we will be all over this region. And what we need from the Newcastle and Hunter community is just your support.
The University of Newcastle is gearing up to welcome the first batch of international students on campus since the pandemic started last year. 250 students are arriving in Sydney today as part of the New South Wales Government's International Student Pilot Program. 18 of those are heading to Newcastle. Other international students stranded offshore are not allowed to enter the country until December 15, after the federal government delayed easing border restrictions due to the Omicron COVID variant. It's understood none of the students arriving today are from South African countries.
2NURFM Sport.
It wasn't the start to the season the women's Jets were hoping for, going down 3-1 to Sydney FC. Defender Tiana Jaber was sent off in the 77th minute after a second yellow card, squashing any hopes of a late comeback. The men's side will take confidence from their comeback 2-2 draw with Sydney. They may have been lucky though. Sydney's Adam Lafondra controversially denied a match winner. Skipper Matt German told Channel 10 his side deserved a point.
Yeah, I think it was a great comeback. We come out and we played our football. We didn't change our style, and in the end, we come away with a point. But it could have been easily 3 points.
And a mixed bag for the Hunter Hurricanes water polo sides in round 5 of the Sydney Super League. Despite a comeback, the women's went down 13-11 to the New South Wales Blue Whales. The men's fared better, winning 11-2 in the doubleheader. That's sport. I'm Harrison Clinch.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 8, 24, 31, 39, 44 and 45. And the supplementaries are 21 and 41. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.